President-elect Trump made official what CNN has been reporting for several days, namely that Stephen Miller will join Tom Homan in taking the lead on the issue in the new administration on the mass deportations, fulfilling an oft-mentioned campaign promise. Rosa Flores has more now on what this could mean for Hispanic families facing deportation, even those who supported the president-elect.
How many of you are U.S. citizens? How many of you support Donald Trump? You're undocumented and you support Donald Trump.
I support Donald Trump for the economy.
Two Hispanic families with mixed legal status in Houston with two different takes on President-elect Donald Trump's return to the White House. This is the Espinosa's first gathering since Trump's win.
How many of you fear that deportation could impact your family?
Cesar Espinosa, a husband and father, was a DACA recipient until this summer when he got a green card. His sister and brother-in-law are DACA recipients. His sister-in-law is a green card holder, and the rest of his family here are U.S. citizens. Some who are not present are undocumented.
You're a green card holder. Your wife is a U.S. citizen. Why are you afraid of deportation?
I just became a green card holder after 33 years of being in this country. I don't think people understand the fear. It's a constant shadow hanging over our heads.
What was your reaction to Donald Trump winning?
I cried a lot. It was emotional. Have my family, like, if they're gonna be here or they're not gonna be here, and how do you tell all of our kids? Like, my nephews, they're also our kids.
To tell people that this doesn't live in kids and children's mind and teenagers and young adults' life is a lie.
Gelasio Velasquez is an undocumented mechanic who has worked in Houston for 25 years.
Oh.
He plays in this park with his two U.S. citizen children, ages 5 and 9, and stands by Donald Trump.
So you support Donald Trump because of the economy?
For the economy, yes.
But you don't support the anti-immigrant rhetoric?
I'm not support the anti-immigrant action.
Do you support his mass deportations?
No, it's not human.
Are you afraid that you could be deported in this mass deportation?
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Espinosa runs a migrant advocacy group and says many people are afraid and have called him in tears.
I think there's a heightened sense of fear.
Explain why Latino men are going to Trump.
Democrats forget the promise when these guys are in the office in Washington. The Latinos want a better nation.
Espinosa believes some of the Latino support for Trump was a vote against the prospect of the first black female president.
There's still a lot of machismo. There's still a lot of misogyny. And something that we need to say aloud is there's a lot of anti-blackness.
Velasquez says he hopes Trump finds compassion for immigrant fathers like him who are not criminals.
If you get deported, would you regret your support to Donald Trump?
No me arrepentiría.
He's saying that he wouldn't regret supporting Donald Trump. So you're really not thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your children and the future of your children.
Yes, I want the better for my children.
Cesar says he feels guilty for bringing so much uncertainty to his family.
What's it like for you to see your wife go through this and the emotions that she's going through?
I apologize to her a lot. We fell in love right away, and we got married almost right away, because when you know, you know.
We asked Velasquez and Espinosa the same final question.
Do you have a plan in case you get deported?
I respect that decision. I leave the country. I'm not coming back.
There is a plan. We've talked about it openly with our family.
Turns out these two Hispanic families with two different takes on Trump's win have the same plan if they get deported. They would go to Mexico as a family. As for how organizations across this country are preparing for possible deportations, first of all, nationally, the ACLU and LULAC, they're preparing for the legal fight to challenge some of these policies in court. And then there's organizations, for example, in California, who are calling for immigration reform. And in New York, organizations who are switching their mission a little to focus on the possibility of mass deportation. And Anderson, I talked to some organizations here in Texas on the border who say that if the federal government is actually going to deport a lot of migrants in this massive way, that they should do so with dignity. Anderson.
Rosa Flores, I appreciate it.